Hello, everybody. I usually put videos for my students on this page, but that is not what we're doing today because I don't have students anymore. But I might have students soon because hopefully I'll be teaching English online remotely soon, which is an option for you if you're coming from the States and you are going to university in Belgium. That's what I'm doing. I am getting a master's degree in cultural anthropology and development studies, which is very exciting. And it's just kind of a great option. I really push my students to look outside of the US for options, and Belgium is for sure one of them, which I've realized through this experience. I applied to a lot of universities in New Zealand, in Sweden, in Detroit, in Chicago, in Belgium. And with the combination being 26 or older, or being someone that like your parents don't have the option to put you on their health insurance because it's just not financially viable. If you get into university here, I'm paying 2 grand a year and I have health care. Whereas in the United States, I would pay 18, 30, maybe, toss up. And I would not have health insurance because it's not offered. That's scary. I got in a motorcycle accident earlier this year and I realized health insurance is very important. Okay, what are we going to look at right now? I realized when I was applying for my visa to come here and stay for the whole year that it is a intense process. So I wanted to share with you because I am a visual and auditory learner. So I hopped on and found a video from a woman in Nigeria who came to Belgium, and she had to go through a lot of similar things to what you do in the United States. But I feel like it would be really helpful to have someone from the US break down exactly what you need and what the time frames look like on these things. And I don't know, the visual auditory portion of figuring this out because reading it online was really hard for me. So let's see. You're going to go to Google, type in Belgian Embassy, United States. There's one in Atlanta, there's one in New York, there's one in DC, and then there's all these honorary consulates. Those honorary consulates are not places you can call or do anything to get anything done. Just so you know, you should, from Chicago, I was either going to be contacting DC or New York. I just decided to contact New York and stick everything. If you decide that you are going to go the New York route, you have to do everything the New York route. You can't do halvesy with DC and New York. Just be very conscious of that. Also, it'll be great to get on a first name basis with people at either of these locations, which I was. Peter, thank you. Super helpful. Only reason I made it here. Okay, documents you need to submit. This is what I struggled with. Okay, 1, passport, valid for 15 months and 2 copies of the picture page. So like right away, go make your 2 copies of the picture page of your passport and make sure that your passport is valid for the next 15 months. Because I did not know this until recently, like 2 years ago maybe. If your passport is within 6 months of expiring, half the countries in the world will not accept it, which is reasonable. So just make sure your passport is valid, and that is something that, especially with COVID, it's 2021. In 2021, it's been a slow process to get your passport. So maybe that is something you need to get on right away. 2, visa application form. So fill it out online, submit it, print it out, fill it out. No, fill it out online, submit it, print out the filled copy that you did for online, and set that aside. So now we have our passport, we have our 2 copies of the picture page, and we have the visa application form. I honestly would do doubles of all of these because some of this says that they want 2 copies of everything and some of it does not. Please include a signed, printed out application. See, signed, printed out application. You also need to do a language form. It cannot be in English. So you need to choose which is going to be the easiest for you to work with. Now, I thought that I would have to choose Dutch because I'm going to university in Leuven, and that's on the Dutch side. But I could choose any of the three, and I chose French because I know more people who speak French in the States than people who speak Dutch. So I knew I could get more assistance with French in the US than I could with Dutch. So I chose the French. You're going to fill that out. You could choose that you have no preference. I don't know where that gets you though. Make sure that when you are signing and dating things, you are doing the day, the month, and then the year, not the month, day, and year. I know that's confusing. Super important. And just be consistent on everything. Just list it like that. You also need 2 recent passport pictures. I want to tell you right now, I just rushed over to Walgreens and got a random picture done, and I look rough. This passport picture that you are sending them is going to be the picture for your visa that is printed into the passport when they send it back to you. So like, maybe try to look decent for it. But you're gonna send 2 of those. You can just go to Walgreens and get them. Or honestly, if you have a white background like this, you can take them yourself. And just have them printed at Walgreens. It's cheaper. So I've done that before. And then I got to like take it over and over again to make sure that I like the picture. That's important to me. I don't know if that's important to you, but options. A nationwide criminal history record. Now I thought, no big deal. I did this when I became a teacher. It was going to be super simple. I grew up in Chicago. I'm just going to go downtown. I'm going to get my fingerprints done at the place that does the fingerprints that I did to get my teaching license, and I'm going to send them in. I make big mistakes surrounding this. That when you do that printy thing and send it in, you have to select all the correct boxes when you go through the process online. Which when you're at the embassy site, it's like blue. It says nationwide criminal history record. You can just click that and go. Choose to do the electric fingerprint scanning and just go. I went to my local post office and they were like, we don't do it. And then I was super confused. There are very specific post offices that do it. It's like a $50 fee to do it. And then it happens really quick, and within a week you have an envelope in the mail that says that, hopefully says that you have a clear FBI record. Do not open that envelope. I know you're curious. You're like, oh my gosh, what if I did do something? What if I have a record? Don't open the envelope, because you have to send the envelope sealed with the rest of your documents. I made that mistake. I opened it, had to get another one. Don't do it. Envelope stays closed. Papers stay in envelope. That whole thing goes with the pile with your application, your passport, your copies of the passport page, your 2 recent passport pictures. So we have a big pile right now, and it's just going to get bigger. What else do we have in here? All this FBI stuff. A medical certificate. This brings up the expenses of this whole process. So, you just drop $20 at Walgreens. You drop $50 on your prints and another $18, I think, online for them to process your prints. Maybe you need to get a new passport and you have to get it expedited. That's $200 and something. Money adds up. I did a virtual meeting with a doctor in Chicago, and it was $70. And it took 2 minutes. I made sure I was healthy, and that was it. This medical certificate is not specifically about COVID, from my understanding, because there's other portions that are about COVID. Next is proof of sufficient means, and this is super intense and interesting. Damn, this video is long. I'm so sorry that it's taking so long. I'm sure there's like one very small portion that you really want to hear about, and you have to watch the whole thing for it. So, proof of sufficient means you cannot declare for yourself. For example, I sold my house that I owned outright in the United States, so I have the money. I have the money to support myself here. I could have $5 million, and I could not provide my own proof of sufficient means. Someone else has to provide it for me. The information, I had my mom provide it for me. The financial support declaration is either in Dutch or French. There's no English version. My mom was very nervous about that. It's okay. You can do it. Just go through, make sure you're translating all of it and that you're filling it out properly. And you have to, there's like additional stuff to your signature, whether you're doing it in Dutch or French. Then There are bilingual forms online for you to look at for the translation to know what it is, but you have to submit either the Dutch or the French form, not the bilingual forms. Those are not appropriate. The signature legalization fee is $26. So like, let's add to that little pot of money that we're spending on this. Honestly, I think I got to almost $1,000 that I spent on this whole process. When you are getting all of the documents approved that you're sending in for financial support declarations, now for my mom, that was bank statements, like 3 months worth of bank statements and 3 to 6 months worth of pay stubs to prove that and a letter that said that she would be employed for at least the next 6 months. There's a lot. What is it? W-2s. My mom was so upset. She was like, this is all my personal information. A 1040 for their tax return, just everything. And then when I sent it, I actually got a message from Peter. Hey, Peter, again. And he said that I needed to send more. So I had to send a bunch more like joint account stuff between both of my parents. This all has to be notarized. Now I belong to Chase Bank, so I just went in and they notarized all of it. But it's also in Dutch or French, and some notaries might not be super hype about notarizing something that's not. Yeah, that just might be a point of contention for some people. Okay, what else do we have? We have the attestation form from your academic institution. That's super easy. The form that says that you got in, you've been admitted. Print that out, put it in the pile. So this has become a big pile so far. I separated and labeled everything with sticky notes and like put all of my mom's information for the financial support in a folder to just make it the easier you make it for them, the better. I don't know if they prefer it that way, but that's the way that I did it. What else? There's a possibility that you have to provide a motivational letter. I did not. And also a self-addressed prepaid envelope, but don't skimp out on this. This is how they're going to send you your passport back. And it feels very odd. Never done it before, where I just give my passport away and then I get it back in the mail. Ooh, made me scared, but it's okay. They sent me my passport back, so don't worry, you'll get it back. Make sure that you are like putting the correct postage to get that back and like pre-addressed everything. Just be very specific about that, because if you mess that up, like, I don't know where your passport's going to go. It might have the right visa in it, but you're not going to have it. Okay, next. Fees to be paid at the time of application, $234 US. There we go, add it to the pot. Go and get a money order. Easiest way to do this, just do the money order. Because I did a credit card authorization form, and they were like, you can only do this for Washington, D.C., and you're filling out in New York. It's not worth it. Just send the money order. Just do it like that. The additional fee that you're going to pay because you're 18 or older, because you're going to grad school, or maybe you're not and you don't have to pay this fee. Lucky you. Way to go. Way to go to school abroad. Be thinking forward. Other than that, it's €209, which is like 230 or 40 US. It's like an online payment system, and you print out the proof that you made the payment. Make sure you print out the proof that you made the payment. I didn't, and they were like, we need proof of payment. And I was like, oh, I swear I paid it. Like, don't you see? And I had to print all of this random stuff from my bank account. And it made me very nervous. So when you get to the proof of payment page, print it out, add it to the pile. That's it. Because they don't know on their end that you pay. I don't know why. They don't know on their end that you paid it. So just print it out so you can show that you did pay it and it's done. And they can give you your visa. Okay, there's this little list that says like who accepts what between the embassy in Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Los Angeles, New York. I forgot about Los Angeles, but that's too far away for me being in Chicago. None of them like cash. They are all down for certified checks. They're all down for money orders. And everybody except Atlanta does a credit card, except New York told me they did not do the credit card. So maybe just stick to the money order. It's simple way to do it. Don't write a personal check. Personal checks and money orders are different. Do not write a personal check. Money orders all the way. What else have we got in here? Married students. I didn't do that. When you get to Belgium, and this is going to be in my next, damn, it's 15 minutes long, in my next video, Um, I arrived last Friday. It's Tuesday. Within 8 days of arrival, you need to go to City Hall. So I'm gonna go to Town Hall in Brussels, in like the specific area that I'm in. I don't know how that's gonna go yet. Also, when I got here, so upon leaving, I'm gonna just give me longer than 15 minutes. Upon leaving, I all of the information said that if I was vaccinated, I did not need to get tested or show up with a PCR test. I brought my vaccination card, Pfizer, da da da, done, got through. Um, then I got here and I got a text message that said that I had to test, but I got it. I got in at 11 and I got that message around 5 p.m. All the testing centers close 5:30 at the latest, from what I've seen. Maybe 6 or 6:30. Either way, um, I had to go the following day, which was Saturday, and then Sunday everything is closed. So I had to wait a minute to get that information back, and I had to quarantine that entire time. So I was not pre-told about that. I wasn't told in any of the documents on the embassy website. I wasn't told at the airport on either end. Nobody gave me my passport when I got in. Nobody, nothing. Um, so be prepared for the possibility of that. Once you get your negative test result, which I got probably yesterday, but I didn't see it till today, you're free to go wander around. Then you get another test exactly 7 days after you arrived, and then you are good on the COVID front, from my understanding. I obviously haven't had that test yet. So my next video that I upload is going to be about my experience at Town Hall, signing up for my classes at KU Leuven. What else? I need to figure out a local phone plan and maybe a local bank account, but I'm meh about that. I don't know whether I'm going to do it unless I get a local job. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, whoever's watching this. If you have any questions, hit me up because I might be able to help you. I feel like this process gave me a lot of knowledge that I'd really just like to give to other people. So if you're going to school in Belgium and you come from the States and you're going to grad school or even undergrad, I got you. Message me in the comments. Okay, bye.